Good morning, everyone. Mrs. Hazel Laverne Velox, née Gibson, entered the St. Vincent Girls High School in September 1973. Her tenure at the institution was marked by sound academic performance, commendable attendance and punctuality, an exceptional display of discipline and outstanding achievements in athletics and netball. In fact, Mrs. Gibson Velox is the proud holder of a 30-year-old long jump record that remains unbeaten to this day. She also represented the school at the regional level and was the vice captain of Staff House, of which she is still an avid supporter. Mrs. Gibson Velox also had the honor of being among the first students to sit for the Caribbean Examinations Council's Premier CSEC examinations. Currently, Mrs. Gibson Velox is the manager and secretary to the board of the St. Vincent Cooperative Bank. Her appointment was historical, as this was the first time in the history of the institution, and by extension, the history of banking in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that a female had attained the prestigious position of bank manager. She expresses a keen interest in the well-being of her alma mater and continues to make valuable contributions to this end. She is the mother of 2012 GHS graduate Nia Velox, also the mother of Luke Velox, and the wife of Mr. Paul Velox. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you our guest speaker for today, Mrs. Hazel Laverne Gibson Velox.
Protocol having been established, and in the interest of time, good morning, everyone. This is one of, trying to steal my thing. Yeah, that's good. This is one of the most amazing days of my life, surpassed only by marriage and the births of my children. On March 18, 2014, I received a message that Mrs. Andrea Bowman, headmistress of the Girls High School, asked to return her call. My first thought was, what crime have I committed now? My only consolation was that I no longer had a child at GHS. When I did pluck up the courage to call Mrs. Bowman, she requested that I deliver the feature address at the 2014 graduation ceremony. Follow-up question to self, why me? I was doubtful that I could ably fulfill her mandate. After all, this is GHS, and mediocrity is not an option. I stand before you today, a proud GHS graduate of a mere 35 years ago. An even prouder Staff House sister, having represented the best house ever. I expected that. And proudest at being invited to speak at what is the most anticipated ceremony in one sojourn at Girls High School. I never saw this coming, and I am humbled to have even been considered. Thank you, my alma mater, for this awesome opportunity. To each young lady of the 2014 graduating class, I wish to have a little chat with you. Real talk, one-on-one, a heart-to-heart, about a myriad of things which, at this stage of your life, may not even seem pertinent, but which I hope you will file away in your mind for future reference. Today, it's all about you, and the little GHS too. When you gained entry into the Girls High School, your identity changed. You became that high school girl singular and them high school girl plural. Immediately, you were viewed differently because you had entered what is arguably the most academically successful secondary school in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You are indeed fortunate to be part of her rich 103-year-old tradition, but be warned, GHS follows you throughout your life, whether positively or negatively. So I urge you to be always proud of your alma mater and never allow anyone to taint your view of her. After all, she helped to mold all of us. The way you embraced your GHS experience and your own desire for personal growth and development have brought you here today to this proud moment. Having completed the prescribed course of study at GHS, you are equipped with the basics required to face many of the challenges life throws at you. GHS prepares you for success. Once you pass through her portals, you are destined for greatness. But that greatness depends on you, not your teachers, not your parents, just you. You have to want to achieve greatness. You have to eat, sleep, dream, and live that desire. You are the only person who can determine your future. All you have to do is apply yourself, and good things will happen. So here you are, all excited to have finally been paroled, since I know you feel that GHS is a jail. I can assure you that one day you will be grateful for this jail, its warden, Mrs. Bowman, and the prison officers, your teachers. You may not yet fully grasp the life lessons taught within the prison compound, but time will tell. This is where wonderful lifelong friendships germinate and bloom, regardless to time apart and distance in between. In years to come, you are going to look back fondly on your GHS days and wonder why you ever resisted or broke so many of her rules or even challenged your teachers. Talk about hindsight having 20/20 vision. So who exactly are you? Certainly not a child, but not yet an adult. This makes life extremely difficult. Old people will say you're neither fish nor fowl. The pressure being placed on you by your parents to start thinking seriously about your future, additional pressure from your peers, which may lead you down a slippery slope, and the pressure you place on yourself in trying to please everyone will definitely render you confused. Welcome to the age of discernment. This is when your awareness of the rigors of real life begins or is heightened. You have to separate good from bad and right from wrong. This is when you have to make tough choices and decisions that will chart your course in life, because your strength and resilience are going to be tried and tested on a regular basis. This is when you leave your uncomplicated childhood behind and begin to wet your feet in the complexities of adulthood. This is when you decide who you want to remain an integral part of your life and who you want to love from a distance. Not everyone who smiles with you is your friend, so be mindful of the information you divulge, because invariably your best friend has a best friend and it's not you. Your words are extremely powerful. Use them wisely. At this juncture in your life, you are usually inclined to seek or opt for instant gratification when placed in certain circumstances. Instant gratification is just that, a fleeting, feel-good moment which can result in lasting negative effects. This is why it is absolutely necessary for you to think about the consequences of your actions. A single bad decision can put your reputation at risk. You have one reputation, which must be fiercely protected. Your reputation precedes you in every aspect of your life. And once it is perceived that your reputation is flawed, you will be judged accordingly. Public perception is very real and carries a lot of weight. It can either make or break you. I have noted with concern a growing trend of living like there is no tomorrow. Life is indeed short, and tomorrow is not promised. However, you must strive to live life within those boundaries defined as socially acceptable. No good can be derived from incessant alcohol consumption, verbal and physical aggression towards your peers, smoking, and promiscuity. I must remind you that you are not invincible, so live carefully to avoid unpleasant situations. Do not be too eager to engage in adult activity just because you have graduated GHS. You are not yet psychologically prepared for the possible results such as pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases. Take your time. Adulthood is fast approaching, and it is the longest period of your life. So enjoy what little is left of your no bills, no husband and children, little responsibility childhood. Above all, be disciplined. Yes, that word again, discipline. And it is not just limited to your behavior at school. It is about calm, controlled behavior, even in stressful situations. You must understand your worth as a young woman. You have to love you. As a matter of fact, your first love affair must be with yourself. Set high standards and do not compromise them for anything or anyone, especially not for the underachieving, swag-turn-up young man standing at the bus stop. Bus stop on afternoons in his colorful skinny jeans, trying to engage you in conversation in the hope of embarking on a relationship with you. Think about it. Did he get home and back in 5 minutes just to impress you with his wardrobe? Probably, if he lives in Beachmont. He probably did not make use of a golden opportunity, namely getting an education, and is not even looking to up his game by learning a skill to earn a decent living. He's just liming his life away. From where I sit, the penny bank does not accept swag as security for or repayment on loans. If you succumb to his amorous advances, he may be intimidated by you because you are bright and more conversant than he is. He may try to bring you down to his level by abusing you both mentally and physically and call it love. It is said that love is blind, but it's not supposed to be stupid. Once you observe any form of violent behavior in a boyfriend, even if not directed at you, it should immediately raise a red flag, a warning for you to get out. In the words of the late great writer and poet Maya Angelou, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. However, if you have a boyfriend who is slacking off in school, let him know in no uncertain terms that you need him to be the good man beside the good woman. You never know how the relationship is going to blossom, so he needs to get with the program to be deserving of you. He too needs to be successful, so encourage him to take his book seriously. These days, 2 relatively good incomes are required if you wish to live a reasonably comfortable lifestyle. Your parents are your protectors. Talk to them. You may perceive them to be public enemy number 1 because they provide sound advice, wise counsel, and established controls in your best interest. Let your parents know what is going on in your life. Trust them because their love is unconditional. They may not like what you do, but your parents are going to love you regardless. When you give the impression that your relationship with your parents is broken or strained, you strengthen outside forces and weaken the influence and control of your parents. It is a green light for you to be coerced into unacceptable behavior by seemingly caring friends and boyfriends. Remember, what's in the darkness will always be revealed to light. And if you are being encouraged to do anything your parents should not know about, it is not worth doing. It may scare you to know the lengths a mother would go to get information. So be careful. Your parents should always meet the people you consider your inner circle of friends. The boyfriend who has no desire to interact with your family either has something to hide or he is just not that into you. Whatever you do, be dignified. You are wonderfully made, a phenomenal young woman. Take pride in yourself, and whatever your situation, you must be the best person that you can possibly be. It is not about your earthly possessions, jewelry and brand name clothes and shoes. It is about the real you, the person who remains after the makeup is washed off and the weave taken out. You want to be the person other impressionable young girls find worthy of emulation. Be a role model by staying true to yourself and never allowing anyone to take you off your path to a bright future. Dress appropriately when you go out in public. I know you like to use the word sexy, but sexy is not about the shortest dress, tightest pants, or most revealing top. Oh, and that thing about visible bras, I have no words. You have to leave some things to the imagination. Don't put it all out there. Other thing about every pan-knock we did it? No, ma'am. Less seen, better admired is more like it. You see, a young man will tell you he loves to see the sexy clothing and he wants to party with you at every function. But when the time comes for him to settle, it's not the sexy, overexposed virago he takes home to meet his mommy. Maintain your self-respect and you will command the respect of others. And believe me, it's okay to sit out a few of the pan knockings. I look at you today and think, here is the future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You're expected to surpass the standards set by those who preceded you. I am confident in your ability to rise to the occasion, command good jobs, and take your place in this society. Isn't it hilarious how so many powerful positions are still viewed as male territory? Hello? This is the 21st century. Anything a man can do, we can do it better. Do you know why? It is because we are competent, meticulous, adaptable, and we take pride in what we do. And if push comes to shove, we'll grow some testicles too. all about beauty. It's about aptitude, attitude, skill, and will. The beauty part is a bonus, but it is by no means indicative of weakness, because a beautiful woman with brains is a lethal combination. Say to the man eagerly waiting to see you sweat or fail, I am woman, watch me roar. All jobs are now fair game, may the better woman win. I implore you not to become another statistic in the lost generation we so frequently hear about. Be a woman of substance and grasp every opportunity to empower yourself. Education is a great equalizer, because it does not matter what stratum of society you are from, the poor, the rich, the indigent, the lower, middle, or upper class. Nobody can take your knowledge away from you. I encourage you to take advantage of every available opportunity offered in higher education, and there is a plethora of opportunities available just waiting for some takers. Never settle for mediocre results in school, because mediocre jobs and salaries are what you will attract. Education is the tool for elevating yourself, so go bravely for it. The world is evolving and more professions are emerging. There is something for everyone. A good education provides security relative to employment as well as financial stability. I hasten to note that education is not limited to formal institutions of learning. Every mistake you make, the romance novels you read, parents and grandparents, the village, and life in general are among countless informal educational institutions. Do not discount how they can contribute to your wisdom. In the event that you cannot afford higher learning, there is absolutely no shame in honest employment. I stand before you as living testament of an education interrupted. My story is a long, sometimes painful one, which occasionally reduces me to tears. Suffice to say, I never grew up with my birth parents, so I had no means of attaining a university education. Who was going to foot the cost? I took the first job offer I received and worked extremely hard to remain relevant and solidify my place as a valuable employee. I consider myself fortunate to have achieved so much with so little, and I am not ashamed to admit publicly that I live vicariously through my children, who are being exposed to every opportunity I was never afforded. I have even gone ahead and bestowed a degree on myself, bearing the acronym QBE, Qualified by Experience. But this is just until I pursue my studies. I do not say this to glamorize the lack of a university degree. This is to bring hope to those who may not be privileged to afford the exorbitant cost of higher education in today's world. As you prepare to enter the job market, exercise caution with your posts on Facebook, Twitter, BBM, Instagram, Snapchat, and other social media. Be aware that some employers research prospective employees by visiting their pages and/or accounts, and sometimes make decisions based on what they see. In this technologically advanced era, never forget that almost every device comes with a camera, and every social gathering has an official photographer. The things you see, shaking my head. By the way, when you send out job applications, please sign them and make sure your email address is sober. Most employers do not appreciate tasteless addresses such as sexyandsweetforso@hotmail.com. It speaks to your character, and if even you are the most qualified applicant on paper, you may not even make it to an interview. If you are invited to an interview, kill them with confidence and style, because first impressions are lasting. Once you are gainfully employed, understand that everyone will be jockeying for top positions on the job. Develop a good work ethic. Get to work on time, be self-motivated, use your initiative, produce high-quality work, do not be a clock watcher, be loyal to the organization which employs you, respect figures of authority as well as your co-workers, and adhere to policies. Set targets and leave no stone unturned in achieving them. The satisfaction you would derive from personal achievement cannot be explained. It has to be experienced. Besides, you never know who is observing you and taking notes for a possible promotion. Let me put you on your guard. The closer you come to success, the more friends you would lose. Greatness makes people uncomfortable, but that's their problem, not yours. Continue to soar. In everything you do, be honest. A person who does the right thing at all times lives without fear of reprimand or of being caught. A person who can admit to wrongdoing lives without guilt and will be looked at more favorably than someone who covers it up and is later caught in a lie. Do not fall prey to offers of bribe or indulge in fraudulent activity to cultivate and finance a falsely lavish lifestyle. These are indicative of weakness and greed and can only serve to shame your family and diminish your ability to attract a good job in the future. Acquire your wants and needs honestly and over time. Live within your means. Always enter and depart a place of employment in the same manner, with your integrity intact. A word to every proud parent here today. If you are not playing a meaningful role in your daughter's life, it is not too late to start. While she may exude toughness and bravado, she is but a frightened, inexperienced child on the inside, craving your love, care, attention, encouragement, and guidance. Your child needs to understand that you will be there for her always as her support system. Rise to the challenge and become an integral part of her existence. Demand high-value returns on your investment. Yes, sending your child to school is a huge investment. Her successes will be yours, but so too will her failures if you do not step up and take your role seriously. Parenting is not the school's responsibility. You need to be a constant in your child's life. Don't just make guest appearances at these special occasions. Children live what they learn. Where they in the goat, they in the kitty, and guava don't make bear lime are all truisms with the same meaning. That your child is a replica of you. Be the parent your child is proud of, an example from whom her good behavior is patterned. Even if she strays from the core values you instill, she will revisit them once the phase of youthful exuberance passes. Dad, you have to set the standard for the man your daughter chooses as her husband. Be a good husband, father, and provider. Your daughter will demand these attributes in her life partner and judge him based on what and who she knows, you. And Dad, please don't allow the child to feel that mom is a crazy woman. When your child is being reprimanded by mom, jump in anytime. It's part of your responsibility too. Graduates, all this long talk is simply about a burning desire for you to realize your true potential as exemplary young women. I was just giving you a heads up before you clear the next few hurdles in your academic or vocational pursuits. You are departing GHS, but you will never leave. Stay focused and remember that success is the result of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication. The prize is worth the pain. Give God the glory and use Him as your consultant. His service is gratis and He will direct your path. Let your morals speak to your character and feel free to let your conscience guide you in making the best decisions. Congratulations, class of 2014. Now go spread your wings and make us proud. Thank you.